All right, just got home from watching Creed 3, and these are my thoughts. Let's get the negatives out of the way first. I felt that the movie felt a little rushed. Like it just kind of got from point A to point B very quickly. And I thought that Jonathan Majors being the threat, like they just escalated super, super quick. There was one scene where Jonathan Majors' character, Dame, he wins the world title, and then he's like celebrating, and Adonis Creed, Michael B. Jordan, he finds out some shenanigans that Dame was up to. He approaches him at this party, and then Dame says something to the effect of like, "Yeah, I'm coming for everything," and then Adonis is like, "Are you threatening me?" I didn't understand that. I was like, "What?" He's just saying he's coming for everything. But then it just things escalated after that. So I was not crazy about that. And my last negative with the movie was when you see Jonathan Majors, he's humongous in this movie. This man is like very large. And then you also see Drago, who I like that he makes an appearance in this movie. And I did miss Sly. I wish there were some scenes where I would have put Sly Stallone, and I said there's spoilers in this quick review. Like when Adonis's mother dies, like how is it that you don't see Stallone at the funeral for that, or like even just offering some words of wisdom or something like that? I really missed Stallone in this movie. I wish he was in it. Okay, so getting back to my point, Jonathan Majors and Drago, they look humongous in this movie. So I don't understand how Adonis, or even there's a champion in the beginning of the film, like a Spanish guy, how they're even in the same weight class as Jonathan Majors or even Drago, because they look like monsters compared to Michael B. Jordan or this Spanish champion that you see earlier in the movie. I was like, how are they even in the same weight class? So that was another thing that this definitely got to check your brain at the door. Now to the good parts. What I really enjoyed about this movie, it was intense. As with all these Creed movies, well, this movie is a great like third part to this trilogy of these Creed movies. In all these movies, you feel the intensity and the way the boxing is shot, and you're very tense because you're afraid of what's going to happen. But this movie has that in spades. Also, it was emotional. I found myself getting emotional multiple times. And the big message of the movie is kind of moving on from the past, forgiving yourself, and not just like being stuck in the past. And that's what I got out of the movie and the message of the movie. Michael B. Jordan kind of wrestling with that pain and wrestling with forgiving himself for actions, for his relationship and how it kind of went with this Dame character who's a character from his childhood. Ends up going to jail, and they just, he doesn't like, Adonis doesn't really like kind of follow up with him, like, check in on him, and he doesn't like forgive himself for that, and several other things, but that was a big part of it. And of course Dame reminds him of not checking in on him and stuff like that. So love the intensity, love the emotion. Like I said, I got choked up several times. Another big thing that I loved was the relationship of Adonis Creed and the daughter, who in this movie she ends up being deaf as well, like how Tessa Thompson's character, because we meet her in the very first movie, and she doesn't have her hearing complete, so she talks a lot of times normally, and she talks in sign language as well. But the daughter's born with an issue that it seems like she is deaf. So the relationship between the Michael B. Jordan's character Adonis and the daughter, I love that, and I found myself as well getting emotional watching them too. If we're talking to or like the deaf community, like I just really feel that the movie, it doesn't like use it as a crutch, and it's just very like a normal thing, and I enjoyed that as well. I guess another negative in the movie was Tessa Thompson at times just like questioning Adonis over and over again. She got like super annoying. Like, he's gonna talk to you when he has the time to talk. In terms of, she always wanted to get his feelings out, talk about your feelings. And I thought that he eventually would, but like she just kind of presses him on more than one scene, and not like in an attacking or nagging kind of way, but just asking him again and again. And I was sympathizing more with Adonis. Like, I could see why he blows up. Like, why are you just always asking me about the same shit all the time? So Tessa Thompson's character at times was very annoying. Also, Jonathan Majors as a sympathetic villain was great. And the thing I loved what he did is like he would have these facials when he was boxing. and they were fantastic and ugly and mean, and I thought that was great. His facials he do it all. I can't even do justice to it, but his faces were great for sure. And the final thing that I really loved about the movie was, all these movies, they end in a big boxing match, but these two characters, they have a lot of history and emotion between each other. I'm talking about Adonis Creed and Dame, Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan in the movie. And there's a scene where, in the final boxing scene, because they're going to eventually kind of collide, there's a scene where, like, the stadium that they're boxing in, it just goes dark, and then you see, like, prison bars, and you see, like, a cot from the group home that they were in. Like, you just see them fighting through the memories. I thought that was really, really well done. I very much enjoyed that. I recommend Creed. This is a great time at the movies. It's not perfect. It has its issues, but there's so much more good than bad with this movie. So if you like boxing movies, or if you like the Rocky movies, you like these Creed movies, you won't go wrong with this movie. But as always, I want to hear what you have to say, wherever you may be watching this, wherever you may be listening to this, when this goes into the podcast. Let me know what you think, and I hope to hear from you. Thanks for watching.